All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have something really, really cool for you. And as the title says, yes, I've managed over 5,000 plus Google Ads campaigns for clients, probably actually well over that, and managed millions of dollars in Google Ad spend. I'm going to give you my keyword optimization strategy that we still use to this day in my agency for active clients that we are working on right now today. So this strategy is as up to date as it can possibly get. It's February 2025 right now. So everything you're about to watch in this video is what is working right now and has been for a decade plus. Okay, let's be realistic. It's not going to change. So I have a three-pronged keyword optimization strategy. So prong one is pausing deadweight keywords that are wasting money. They're just jacking up your CPL for the entire campaign and fucking all your shit up. Okay, so it's pausing those. Number two, second prong is adding keywords that you're not currently bidding on that are sending you conversions, and how to find those keywords. We're going to go through that. The third prong is adding negative keywords. This is the most crucial piece of keyword optimization because it allows you to keep your campaigns on the rails and being steady and producing. So right now what you're looking at is inside a live client. Okay, so Dumpster Rental client campaign over the last 30 days, right? So January 21st to February 19th, 2025. And we're going to go through his campaign and optimize keywords and all the three prongs. We're going to go through all of them, okay? So the first one we're going to do is go in and see if there's any keywords that need to be paused, aka cutting the dead fat, all that good stuff. So let's get right over to it. You'll see here this guy got sent 98 leads for $33 a lead, 29% conversion rate. So campaign is totally good for Dumpster Rental. It's on the rails. Everyone's happy. It's a total win. So now let's do keyword optimization number one. Let's look for keywords that we might have to pause. So let's go into search keywords. And we're going to sort by clicks, which I already am. So let's see what we got going on here. So it looks like, let's expand here. Okay. So go by conversions, right? So this looks good. These conversions look good. Conversion rate look good. I don't see anything that sticks out to me that's like, holy shit, that's a really high CPL that needs to be paused. And to further do that, we can just click on it. Cost per conversion. It will put the highest one first. So here's one right here. $93 for a lead, 1 out of 9 conversion, right? So what we have to do in a situation like this is go back further, okay? This is only the last 30 days. This could be a good keyword. They just had a bad couple weeks. So how we do that, come up here and we're going to toggle this back to November. Again, today's February. So let's give it a big data set to look at and see what we got going on. So that keyword disappeared because the longer you go back, the better data it has. So that's why it's important, guys, to adjust the date ranges. Don't go just off of 30 days, okay? If you have more data, go with it. So here's one that's like, what is our date range here? Like 90 days, something like that, 3-4 months. Dumpster Rental, St. Petersburg, 86. I mean, it's only 1 out of 4, so I wouldn't even bother with that. So as of right now, I wouldn't really cut any of these keywords. Even that one that was high in the last 30 days, it's a fluke. It's probably averaging down somewhere in the $50 range anyway now. What was the one that we were doing? Hold on, let me find it. Last 30 days. It was dumpsters for rent. Okay. So if we go back to our big date range, we'll see what that is with more data. Dumpsters for rent, 6 leads, $60 a lead. I'm happy with that. That's fine. I'm not going to pause that. That works. Now, what we can do, since we have this big date range now, is go back and see if there's any keywords that we have to pause because they just didn't convert. Okay. So we're sorting by clicks and looking and seeing if anything just didn't convert. That's got a lot of clicks. So we're going down. Looks good, looks good. And I've probably already done this, guys. That's why we're not really seeing much. But, you know, how much to rent a small dumpster? 6 clicks, no leads. I will leave that. So I generally don't pause anything if there is under. This is really hard because it's niche. It goes niche by niche, like what you should do, and depending on the cost per click and all that stuff. But generally speaking, general rule of thumb, I won't pause a keyword if it's under 12 clicks. So if it's 0 for 12, I'll probably leave it. If it goes 0 for 15, I pause it because that's just 15 clicks that, you know, wasted a ton of money. So this one, you know, 6 clicks, $5 a click pretty much. It spent $30. Like, I'm not going to cancel this keyword, an exact match keyword at that, over $30. So you want to keep that in mind. It's like a balancing act when you're doing this. So prong number one, pause keywords that have a really high CPL, pause keywords that are getting a lot of clicks. You know, either they got 12 or 15 clicks plus and there's no conversions, pause them. They're dead weight. They're wasting money and dragging up your overall CPL for the campaign. So that's how you do piece one. Now, piece two, adding keywords that actually converted, right? So we're going to go into insights and reports, search terms. And what we're going to look for here is keywords that we're not currently bidding on that are sending us leads. Now, how we do that, go to our campaign here. We're going to sort over by conversions, but it looks like I think we're already good with that. Okay, so you can see here I've already added these keywords to the appropriate ad groups that we're converting that we weren't bidding on, and this is obviously a while back in the beginning of the campaign. But you can see here it's going to tell you if they're added or not. So dumpster rental Tampa, that's not a keyword we're bidding on right now, and that sent 23 leads at a $35 cost per lead. So that's obviously a keyword that we should be bidding on. So what I would do with that, and there's a couple ways to do this. You can check the box here and click add as keyword and then match type it, but it's only going to allow you to do one match type. You know, that you can do it that way, or you can just manually put it in the ad group. I have a tool that I can do this with, so I'm just going to use my tool. So I'm going to grab this keyword, right? And I have it up in my tool here, and I'm going to do phrase and exact match. I'm going to copy those. I'm going to go into that ad group under search keywords, and I'm going to add that keyword as phrase and exact match because that's how I add my match types for my campaigns, right? So there we go. Now I added a keyword that sent me 23 leads that we weren't currently bidding on, which is, you know, insanity. So if we go back, now you're going to want to go through all of your keywords and do that. So I'm not going to go through all of them, guys, but you get the idea, right? So that's prong number two, is adding keywords that are converting that you currently are not bidding on. So you want to make sure you're doing that on a rolling 30-day basis, I would say, is the best way to do it. You need data, right? You can't do this when you have like 25 clicks. I got 749 clicks to go through, so that gives me a lot of data. You can see here it changed to added since I added it. So you want to do this at minimum 30 days, or I'm sorry, yeah, at minimum 30 days because you need a good data set. That is prong number two. Now, number three is negative keywords. This is super important. So again, there's a couple ways you can add negative keywords. I'm going to use my tool because it's way faster, but I'll do it with you guys. So all you're going to do is go through and this is adding negative keywords, something you want to do on a weekly basis, okay? Unless you're spending like $500 a day and getting a ton of traffic, it's overkill to do it more than once a week. You can knock all this out in one session a week. So come into your search terms, and I'll keep our big data set here. And we're going to start looking through the search terms for anything that pops out that is something we don't want our ads to trigger for. Now, remember, this is a dumpster rental client. He rents dumpsters out to people in the Tampa market. So anything that conflicts with that or is not relevant to that, we're going to get rid of as a negative keyword. And that's going to help keep our campaign on the rails and get us the highest quality traffic in this guy's location. So going down, they're all locations he services, so that's good. Let's go down to where it's not converting. Oh, here's one. Bag dumpsters for rent. So in this instance, I'm just going to take the word bag and add that to my negative keyword list. You guys, if you don't, obviously you don't have this tool, you can soon. I'm going to release it soon. But you're going to have to copy this keyword and paste it in a notepad or a Google Sheet, whatever, to build your root negative keyword list. And the root just is, if you don't know, if you watch my videos, I'm sure you do, but for those watching who don't, I'll explain it. Root is just the one word out of the whole keyword that is really what makes the keyword bad. And that's the word bag. This guy doesn't sell dumpster bags or rent dumpster bags. So the word bag is what's going to be added to my negative keyword list. And I add all my negative keywords like this. So keep going down. Then look for anything that sticks out that is something that our client here would not want. And these are pretty dialed in because I've had this guy as a client for a while. All right, here's one. GFL is a competitor brand, so I'd grab GSL. You can see here it's just adding the negative keywords to my list. And keep going down. Waste management roll-off. So waste management is a garbage pickup service. So I'm going to grab that as my root negative. And I add my negatives as phrase match, guys. Rent trash bin. That could be, some people call them bins, containers. So I would stay away from that stuff for this guy. So I'm looking for the obvious stuff, the obvious shit we don't want. And again, we got waste management, but we already grabbed that, so we don't have to do that again. And this is what you're going to do, guys, on a weekly basis. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but after you go through all your search terms, what you're going to do is copy your list you created here. We're going to go move my head, and we're going to go into search keywords, negative keywords, and we're going to add our list that we just built from the search terms as negative keywords. So our ads, by adding these as negative keywords, if any keyword or words are searched in Google that have the word bag, GFL, or waste management in this order, this is phrase match, it's not going to trigger our ads going forward. So that's the power of the three-pronged approach, right? Let's recap real quick. Prong number one, you are going to go into your main search keywords over a big data set. You need a lot of clicks, okay? 50, 100, 500 clicks, whatever. It doesn't matter. Go back as far as you can. And you're going to look for keywords that are, number one, getting a lot of clicks and not converting. They're not turning into leads. And number two, keywords that are converting, but the CPL, the cost per lead, is like way the fuck out there. And it's costing you way too much money. And it doesn't make sense to continue running that keyword. An example would be, okay, our goal here for dumpster rental is to get leads at or below $50 per lead. If I go into my search keywords and I see a keyword driving a cost per lead of $186 or, $96, like that one keyword was in that time frame, like you got to get rid of that. Now, the reason I didn't get rid of it in this one is because we looked back and it was a good keyword when you had more data. But that's how you want to look at that, okay? Now, problem number two, adding keywords from your search terms report. This is huge. Nobody does this. I don't know why. It's insane to me. Google's literally giving it to you. They're saying, hey, this keyword is driving you leads and you're not bidding on it. You should probably bid on that. And just make sure you put the keyword in the appropriate ad group. That's really important, okay? And then problem number three, negative keywords. This is the biggest thing ever. It's our main focus in our entire agency when it comes to optimizing clients' Google Ads campaigns. All right, you got to keep this shit on the rails. And the biggest way to do that is negative keywords like I literally just showed you. If you do that once a week, your campaigns are going to be so much better than your competitors because nobody does this stuff. It's insanity to me. I don't understand why, but you got to do this stuff. And this is a keyword optimization strategy. As I said, three-pronged approach that I've developed over 10 years. It may seem like, oh, no shit, everyone does that. But believe it or not, nobody does this stuff. So just by doing what you learned in this video today, you are going to be light years ahead of everyone else in your market.